This is Rogue Mystic Divination, and this is going to be a read for a new connection. So it'll be a pick a card, and if everything's where it was, then it'll be a 3-card pick a card. So and again, I want to start from the 3-card, but I'm not going to do that to you guys again. Okay, so for card 1, new connection. And if you do have a new connection, is it worth investing in? And what will you possibly, where will it be going? Card 1. Whether this is a romantic connection or not, money is likely to be at the source of it. So if you are trying to connect because of money or to gain money, that does not feel like that's what's going to happen. Something will end up happening to where you have financial independence and you have to be aware of other people trying to connect to you for your financial resources. It could be a sudden turn of fate and a sudden reward that you're granted, but be aware that you are not showing your luxury. Don't suddenly go from rags to riches in front of the public eye. If people come around and start asking you about your finances, it's none of their business. This reward that you've received is for you. She really does come off as someone who was looking to, almost like a gold digger. Now, I'm not saying you're a gold digger, but this is how this figure is coming out to me. Like, she was a gold digger and she was trying to marry well and do well for herself and connect in such a way that she would be set up for life, make good connections, and that's not to say she was just entering into relationships to take, but she had a certain idea of what she wanted out of a relationship. And she may not have had a lot of difficulty finding it, even though she is the total package. Other people keep coming up and falling short, very short. Or just not showing interest because she has her mind set on success and gaining what she wants out of a relationship, and it's like they come to play but not to stay. So if you feel as though you have been looking for someone with that aligns with you spiritually, that aligns with your family goals, and aligns with whatever else your criteria may be, it looks as though something is going to happen to where this new connection isn't going to be someone outside of you. It's going to be connecting with a part of you that can give you yourself what is it you're looking for in other people, and then somehow that will draw the whatever is you're missing and that you can't fulfill for yourself into your life. That being said, it feels as though it's going to be very difficult for someone to find something that you need. That's physical, that's monetary, that's like they're really going to have to come in hard with the spiritual game, with the relationship game, and to the point where they're not playing a game. And if someone comes in doing that, they're going to be making a very swift exit. Like, there's no cheat codes, there's no... Like, if you're playing a game, or if you're playing the game of life, then this is not the person that, if they are playing the game of life, this is not a person that you want to be associated with. Because it's likely that they do not know all the pieces that they're playing with, and they're not taking it seriously enough to actually be what you need in your life. So Even if you are alone now, I would really say that this new reconnection to yourself is going to help fill that void, and you won't feel as lonely as you may have recently. Because you'll be able to involve yourself in something and keep to yourself and find out how exactly it is that you can be better company for yourself and develop parts of you that you may have neglected. Okay, for card 2. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, so if you find yourself in spiritual poverty, which, because they're outside of a church, I really want to say that you feel as though your spirituality, your religious life, your ritualistic life is centered around people, whether it's Sunday dinners every week or going to Sunday's church service every week. Whatever it is that centers around people, you may feel as though you're not connected with them anymore. Whether it's because of a divorce and this group looks down poorly on people who are divorced, regardless of whatever reason it may have been behind it. Even if there was abuse behind it, well, you should have stuck with it and you should have stuck it out and, done everything you could, because in God's eyes, you should never have separated, or, whatever crap they feel like blowing back in your face and saying is a gift from God. That is pretty much telling you that these were not your people. They did not have your safety and your security in mind, and when it came down to it, you were just another number in their book. But it makes you feel at a distance to how it is you used to connect to your spirituality and to your the greater energy. Now keep in mind, this just helped remove a block from how it is you could be truly connecting with spirit, with the universe. Especially if those people didn't have your best interest at heart. Well, this is the rule of man, and this is what the rule of man says the word of God is, and, whatever. They could have also been a church or something like that that was actually taking money from you constantly, but whenever you needed assistance, it was, oh, well, you just need to go pray about it, and God will give you the answer. Well, I've invested a lot in this church. I've invested a lot of my time, my energy, my own charity, my own financial, compensation, my own financial gifts to this group, and I was hoping that I could get some kind of, help a community from that. Well, we can't really help anybody that's in your position, and really you're violating our, the tenets of our faith, and we don't really agree with it, so we would actually prefer it if you separated from the church, because, well, we just don't associate with people like you or something like that. It doesn't even have to be a official organization. I was talking to my husband the other day about some of the soup kitchens and stuff, right? And this is the kind of vibes that I'm getting off of this, because these are people in poverty. They're outside of the church. Well, some of these organizations require that you attend church service before they feed you. They don't care how hungry you are. They don't, well, we really want you to be fed spiritually before we feed your physical body. And that's the excuse that they have. But there's a lot of power deferment, a lot of power, abuse of power, abuse of resources that go into this, and um, looking at it from outside of a point of it's a power trip. It's a power trip for the people that are doing that. And I understand wanting to ensure that people are fed spiritually and physically, but if you've ever been that hungry, you can't focus on what anybody is saying. You can't. And that's taking advantage of someone's poor position in life to feed your ego, to force them to listen to you. And that is not the spirit of charity. Um, but then again, I'm over here all kinds of feral pagan and everything else, and I don't see the point in I don't have the best experience with Christianity and situations like that, because often enough that has been the position that people have used. People have used it, and you could find that people have been using that as a cover for, oh, I'm a Christian, so I'm a good person. What you align yourself to is not what you are. What you do is what you are, and it feels as though you may be seeing somebody's true colors. Well, if you make this slight misstep, well, you're not one of us. Unless it makes us look good to kind of hold you up, like, here's this poor person that we're helping, or here is this person and all of their inequity, all of their sins on display, and I'm a good person for helping them out. These are not the kind of people that I find to be, in my opinion, to be good people. But because they're using someone to, by comparison, make them look better, because they didn't have to make the same kind of hard choices necessarily. But anyway, that went out on a little rant, and it feels as though if you do find that you are in spiritual poverty because of a separation from a group, I always get somewhere where I start ranting. So if you find some place where you find yourself suddenly removed from a group, or being kind of voicelessly separated from people, it could be that they were not going to fill your spirit anymore. They were not going to do anything other than maybe use you to fulfill their ego, or their idea of what something is or was, or the idea of what giving charity to others was, and it's going to be for your betterment. It's going to help improve your life. And as hard as it may be, to see the wisdom and the honor in being separated, you'll be able to honor yourself better and give charity to yourself in such a way that you won't feel as though you need to be around others to know yourself and to feel fulfilled. So again, I'm sorry if this is a repeat of card 1 over here with the Nine of Pentacles, because that seemed to be more of a financial, physical, monetary thing, but apparently it just seems like so far both of these cards are about feeling yourself and knowing. Sorry if you're expecting a connection for Valentine's Day, but separation could actually be the greatest charity that the universe can give you right now. And it could be exactly what it is you need to improve your life. So I would definitely say utilize this to recover financially and recover more of a sense of yourself, and figure out what you actually lost by not having these connections anymore, and what kind of new connections you can search out for yourself. And I'm not saying go right out there and connect with other people, regardless of what kind of connections you've lost, but seek primarily to reconnect with yourself. And I know I keep focusing on the word charity, but it's almost like give charity to yourself, give the grace that you give to others, give to yourself first, and that will be your path on a path of improvement. So, and now we go to card 3. Card 3, we've got the Queen of Cups in the upright. It's likely that you're going to be, and I hate to do this because I feel like I always end up, if I have 3 cards in front of me, reading all 3 cards together, but this does feel as though this is someone who is in their, if you're seeking a reconnection, there's a yes on the card, but it almost seems as though you are coming to connection as the Queen of Cups, as someone who is nurturing and compassionate, and you need to ensure that you're not being compassionate to people who don't deserve it. Not everyone necessarily deserves the grace that you're giving them. And this really primarily seems as though this is how you're being seen by people trying to connect with you. And they may not be focusing on nurturing that, but using it. I'm also really focused right now on her cloak. I'm also really focused on her cloak and how it looks like river rock. And then you see the river or the water coming from around the edge of the card. I don't remember who does the song, but I have the Run Me Like a River song stuck in my head, and it could be what somebody else is trying to do, or you may be attracted to somebody in such a way that that's what you want. It does kind of bother me that the queens. Now I'm going to be proven wrong because I can't remember everything that's right in front of me. That's not right in front of me right now, but They don't really have any armor. So beware that you're not defenseless in a situation, or if somebody tries to present you as defenseless, that not to be defensive, but be intuitive enough to see what it is that they're getting at. It could be trying to conceal some of their intention, um, and like I said, trying to run you like river, trying to get one over on you, trying to um, maybe come in real quick and real fast and emotionally and be really hot and heavy. And it doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship, but it could be just someone coming in and trying to emotionally connect with you quickly for some other purpose other than the emotional connection. Um, don't be taken out of your comfort zone. I know a lot of times with tarot we say to take the risk and go beyond your boundaries, but um, a river can overflow its banks and lose control and damage a lot. That could be what someone is trying to bring out in you and make you look like you're out of control. So remain in your, regardless of your gender, remain in your queen status and stay there. Don't let anybody move you out of that. That does not mean you have to nurture everything that comes across your path. That does not. You are really not helping right now, you know. That does not mean you have to give more than you would normally be willing to give. Stay within the boundaries that you define. And don't let somebody suck the energy out of you or divert where it is that you want to go. The second that you start to feel uncomfortable with something, take that as a sign. Listen to your intuition and remember that you need to care for yourself. That regardless of how far we may be on the healing journey from whatever we've been through in life, we're never really done healing. And just whenever you think that you are is whenever something else will come up and prove to you that you're not. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not trying to make this too much longer. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.